Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers as well as coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, guys? The next king of the pirates, a ton of bacon here with the Our Anime Podcast Pirate Crew. We sitting here searching for One Piece, but we're just gonna sit down and talk about our favorite shonens right now. Here we got Shocking 807.
Baka.
You just call me that? How dare you?
Baka na. Hayai.
Oh, I'm fast. Nice.
Yeah,
okay,
it.
She complimented me. Okay, I'm happy now. And we got basedbecker.
I don't have a witty intro this time, unfortunately. I feel like a failure.
Yo, it's your boy.
It's your
Master
boy.
Beck.
You know who it is.
You know who it is.
No, I really don't. I don't know who you are.
What's poppin', slime?
Nice, man, nice. And our special guest coming out from the east side, Nico 9 Lives.
I'm just here for the memes.
Are you from the Midwest though? Not the East Side?
Don't give away his. Don't give
He's
it away.
literally in the center of the country. There's no side there.
He's in the center of this beef. This.
I have the tortillas.
Oh shit! What a
And the tacos.
tortillas?
Tortilla. Oh, I love corn tortillas. All right, so we're all here probably because we're talking about when we're talking about shonens. To be more specific, we all came here because of battle shonens. Am I correct? Especially when it comes to watching anime. Any objections?
I don't watch anime.
Well, get out of here then.
I know a certain someone who doesn't watch anime. It's a sad life.
Who, me?
Oh no, it's someone else.
Oh, okay.
He'd get very mad if I named him.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh,
Do you?
okay.
Know?
So everyone has a general idea of what shonen is, but we're going to be focusing more on battle shonen. So the generic audience, which is about 13 to 15 years old, which is directed towards, which usually has a character who's usually the underdog, and they fight their way up to be the best at whatever they're going to be doing or achieve a goal in their mindset of what they think is, their dream. So you got One Piece, Luffy wants to be Pirate King, Naruto, Hokage, Deku from Boku no Hero trying to be the best hero of all time, which, spoiler alert, he apparently becomes the best hero of all time. We just don't know how, which is a great example of them trying to switch up the story. So for you guys, what's your guys' favorite shonen as of right now? Who wants to start? Becker, thank you for raising your hand.
Oh, I actually was raising my hand. I'm a little sleepy. I'm just stretching. But anyway, I could go with the cheeky smartass answer and say Arya because that was published in a shonen magazine. But obviously that's not a battle shonen. But
No, aren't there different teams trying to battle out to see who's the best gondola company?
Best Prima.
Yeah. She wakes up and she's like,
There's mascot characters like President Arya. It's a shonen series.
Yeah.
Gets pretty intense. They have some training arcs.
Isn't it one big training arc? I'm not done with it, obviously.
I mean, kind of not wrong. It's a journey.
You're not. Just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right, as one would say.
As a smart philosophical individual would say.
Wait, Akari has a secret technique too. She rows backwards.
Hi. Anyway, can we say sport shonen? Is that cool? Is that hip with the kids?
That's your call, honestly.
Well, okay. So I'm gonna say Hajime no Ippo is my favorite shonen series. Good man. I wouldn't even say it's necessarily the best, but it does a few things exponentially well. First of all, it's hype as shit. It's the most goddamn hype thing of all time. I'd even argue it's more hype than Haikyuu, which is often called Hype-hoo. Not saying it's a bad series.
Blasphemy.
Throwing shade.
Sometimes you gotta do with that, Shaw. Sometimes. But, no, I don't think Haikyuu is a bad show. I have it at an 8, but, Ippo just, goes that extra mile for me personally.
Wait, did you finish? I wasn't sure.
Nope, I still haven't started season 2 or 3.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to spoil.
Yeah, no. But what I like about Ippo is that it's good right from the very start. A lot of the thing about shonen is a big problem is that they take a few arcs to get good, or a few episodes to get good or interesting.
That's not wrong. That's a big thing especially with sports shonen. That's a huge thing.
You gotta learn about the sport itself first,
And the team dynamic, and then the characters and their motives. That's true. That's real life.
And then like the enemies too. But I think because I'm the one that got you into Ippo, the thing with that is that, there's not much to really learn about boxing. Not saying it's an easy sport to learn. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory.
They teach you a lot about boxing that I never knew. But
very accurate.
They get you into the gist of it for the very beginning, which is really cool.
And you learn so much more on top of that, like in terms of like not everything is 100% accurate. Like, I don't like how they call concussions punch drunk. Like, I don't like that. But that's medical stuff. But when they teach you about how punching comes from your hips and your legs, I'm like, oh, did not know that. I thought that's called MMA if you're attacking with your legs,
Yeah. Like, the show, like, gets the main character into boxing for a very good reason, which is to defend himself against, bullies and stuff. And he's taught by the world greatest Takamura, who's based as fuck.
Well, he's not a world champion, but he was like the top of his game like during that time.
No, I'm just saying he's based as fuck.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was world champion. I
said he's world greatest.
Dude.
Mr. World.
You gotta breathe, Ippo.
Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, but like by halfway through episode 1, Ippo's already like boxing, and he's already like really good at boxing. Not that he's like OP as fuck, because he does lose at certain parts of the show, but like he's got a lot of potential. Like he's got a crazy good punch right from the beginning. He just needs like a little coaching, and like people that work at the gym are like, yo, this guy could be really good, and then he ends up being really good, and it's like the best thing ever.
Who would have called that?
Well, the thing with him is they did really well in building him, because they're saying how he was a fisherman and that he has good balance and leg strength because he's on a boat all day. And so that's like, oh, that just screams, boxing, base strength right there. You have strong legs and balance, and like all you need to do is teach you how to punch properly and dodge and teach your own style, which, on a side note, his style emulates the great Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one thing I like about the anime a lot is like its attention to, or its focus on making like fights the most hyped thing ever, and including like sound design. Like every time Ippo takes a punch, sometimes when Ippo takes a punch, you can hear a jet engine sound effect as like he it's the coolest shit ever.
Really
it's like
cool.
That's a really like interesting visualization, is like, oh my god, he's a jet engine and he's throwing punches at people. That's dangerous as fuck, but at the same time that's cool as fuck.
And that's something that does a lot without like having to tell you. Like, they don't have to tell you like he hit a hard punch. Like when you hear a jet engine, you're like, whoa, this dude is like throwing flames. Like you can just tell from that immediately.
Yeah, there's like steam coming everywhere. Like every time, like they'll have the punch in slow motion, but there's like steam like coming from their like arms and everything. It's like hyper visualized. It's like ridiculous, but like it drives the point home really well.
Like you see at you either see the after image, or you see the kind of the air trail of like the punch. Even if it misses, you see the whiff, like, and like sometimes the sound sounds really heavy, and some of the characters say, Jesus, this guy, it feels like someone's throwing a brick at my head, and it missed, but that's how heavy his punches are. And so they're really good at describing how much power is being generated from one character to another. So it's like, oh, he's like whipping me, that's why I'm getting all cut up, that's how fast he is. And other people, it's like, dude, it's like there's a rock being thrown right at my stomach, it hurts. And like, that sounds awful. I'm just like, yeah, I do not want to be on the other end of
if
that.
Ippo gets punched in like the face or something, and they'll have sound effects that make it like sound awful, and I'll feel like awful, like, oh man, I can almost imagine like getting punched in the face just by like the sound design in this show. It's like, damn, that sucks, bro. But another thing I like is that the opponents aren't like retarded, if that makes sense. Like, opponents are given a little bit of like, the show makes you like, helps you understand why the opponents are fighting, and it makes you like want to root for people. Like the one black guy, like he has a really interesting backstory.
Jason Ozuma, he's the hook specialist.
Yeah, he's got a great backstory, and I'm like, oh, I really want this guy to win, but I also really want Ippo to win because Ippo's my boy. And it's like, oh man, it's a great fight, fantastic fight.
All of them are great fights. So some of them, there's only one fight that was kind of like meh, but that was still in the beginning. But all of them are like legit great fights. Like people would expect, oh, if it's a boxing anime, every fight.
Wait, which fight do you not like? Is that spoilers to reveal it?
No, it's the guy who basically fights like Merriweather. He's the one that he fights based off points. So he would jab at you and get the headshot, and then before you could react, he would clinch and hug you to ruin your combo, and then once you break out, he'll jab again, which is a legit strategy.
Is that new challenger?
It sounds lame as it is in real life, as it is in the show. Like, that just sounds boring.
Are we playing fucking Street Fighter over here? Why are we breaking our combo, man? I don't like my combo being broken.
Sorry to go off track, but
wait, Bacon, was it like the new Ippo series or like the original one?
No, original. This is original.
Okay. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like, the guy just didn't look...
He's a fuckboy, for sure.
His hair looked awful, and he was a cowardly boxer, but that's how he won 80% of his fights.
That's how he got good.
Awful
or
points.
But bad, depending how you look at it.
Well, I think it's bad, but a little sign up for those of you who want to know about that strategy. That is a legit strategy. One thing you cannot do, you cannot clinch someone and punch them. That's holding, or whatever the term is. But one thing you can do, you could punch someone twice and then go straight into a clinch. Merriweather does that to keep people off center and to break combos. So he'll jab, body, jab, clinch. And then you can't really fight back because he's clinching you. So that's how Mayweather wins. That's going to be a fun fight later on. I can't wait for that Shounen to end, the whole Mayweather versus McGregor. Ooh, yeah. That's going to be fun.
Ooh. But yeah, Ippo does a really good job. Like a lot of like other sports shonen, like it gets you interested into like the thing that it's about, I guess. Like if you didn't have really any like knowledge or interest in boxing before, it'll get you interested in boxing because it's like really, it's like
inspiring.
The stuff they present is like really like, oh, I didn't even think about boxing in that light, I guess. Like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Cool. But
before we go on to the next one, I probably, like deadass, I probably would have picked up boxing if I watched Ippo, like I think in my freshman year, because that's how much it got me to, I was already into boxing, but when I watched that, it got me so revved up. I went out and got gloves, and I took my friend's punching bag and propped it up in my house, and I have been using it ever since. So if I like,
it was like earlier, really like, I was like, for a while I was like, man, boxing sounds like a pretty cool idea, just to like blow off steam, or just to I don't know, do something like a beautiful sport like boxing. Oh, another thing is it's really inspiring actually. Oh, like it's very inspirational. Like I said, I want to see Ippo win.
Are really inspirational when you think about it, because it's always about the underdog.
Yeah. And that's Ippo's like whole story for a lot of the series, is like he is like the up and coming, he's like the rising underdog, if that makes sense. But he gets constantly beaten to shit, like the shit beat out of him, and it's hard to watch sometimes, like, oh dude, why? But like he keeps getting back up because he's got that fighting spirit. Haha, title of the show. That's at least the English title, but
it's the fight. It's actually the fighting.
Yeah. Really?
You stupid idiot. God.
So the Genie on release is called The Fighting Spirit, which is kind of a cooler name, to be honest. It's a lot less vague than The Fight, but wait, which fight? The fight.
All of them.
Right, dude. Okay.
Every single one of them.
But yeah, like if you want to like watch a show that like gets you like pumped up and like wants you to help you follow your dreams, like go watch Ippo, and you'll achieve it. It'll be great.
And then you'll learn the Dempsey roll.
I forgot about Dempsey roll.
That's the jet engine. So, we'll go into that later.
Dempsey roll is like the most hype thing I've ever seen in not just in anime, but probably just anything ever. Like seeing
Dempsey roll is pretty fucking great, man.
Yeah, seeing Ippo do the Dempsey roll for the first time, which was completely out of nowhere. I'm not going to say which fight it was, but it was like completely out of nowhere, and I was like, "Oh fuck, you just did that like it was nothing." Damn,
and he didn't even know what that attack was. His coach was like,
"Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't even know. He just did it." I was like, "Wait, what? Wait, what?"
Yeah, because usually in other shonens, it's always like, oh, I got a secret move, man, and this is going to change the tides of battle.
I'm going to use the secret move at the very end of the fight.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
But him, it was just through, like, consistent training where he just ended up developing. He thought he developed that on his own, but he's like, no.
He just got too good. That's it.
And that guy got fucked up, dude. That was it. Whew. Yeah. I might watch that after this.
So, yeah, Ippo's great. Quite possibly. It's the longest running sports shonen, or it's not sports shonen manga, as far as I know.
Isn't it like what plus 1?
I am up to date on it.
Over 1,000 chapters? Oh my god. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I'm honestly up to date on it, and it's like I think we just reached like 1160 something, if I remember.
That's some crazy shit, yo.
It's pretty good, but I don't think we're gonna get any more anime that soon. So moving on. All right. Shocking. Your avatar is raising its hand. So thanks for raising your hand. What's your favorite
that works
show?
so nicely.
She's like kind of lazily raising her hand. It's
that's what kids do.
She's just resting.
I
She's resting
was
on her
talking
head.
for about 14 minutes, so she probably got tired. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like,
you know when you're a kid, you raise your hand and you're still waiting, and you just start resting.
It's
and
like, teacher, please.
I've definitely done that before.
I need to pee. Yeah, on to you.
So yeah, big shocker. I actually like a lot of shonens. I think it just you guys were talking about it before. I really like the like positive message of like constantly trying to like achieve your dreams against like adversity, no matter what. Like you get it in like Ippo, you get Haikyuu, like all sorts of shonens. Like that's kind of like the one thing they have in common, and I think that's really fun to watch no matter what. Like you can have like a different background from like the other person watching it next to you and like still be appreciating it for something, and it's still like at the very least fun. So that's what like a lot of shonens are to me, and I appreciate that. So my favorite, not a surprise, is Hunter x Hunter, of course, after having a 148 Nani? Bakana. But yeah, after having a 148-day rewatch of it, I can't go back from that. I can't go back and not have something else be my favorite. But yeah, I really like the show, obviously. It is weirdly one that, I watched it first in my senior year of college a couple years ago. I watched it during finals week. Great decision. Did no studying. I just watched this. And my friend had recommended it to me, my in real life anime friend. He's like, yeah, I think it's like my favorite shonen, like you should check it out. And it was on Netflix. So we were just watching it. And I just, it's finals week, I don't have classes, and I just, finished the whole thing in a week. It was just so much fun.
Nice.
So much, I just kept binge watching it, episode after episode. I think I watched, 20 episodes in one day. It got pretty crazy.
So wait, you like being inspired. Them passing an exam didn't inspire you to pass your exam?
Gon studying up on how to use his fishing hook did not have any impact on me trying to study anything. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, fuck that shit. But yeah, and it was funny because I finished the show and I really liked it, but it wasn't an immediate favorite. I knew I really liked it, but then it was cool how the more I thought about it, the more of a positive impact it had on me. So I would see various threads pop up for what's your favorite blank, and my example would always go back to Hunter x Hunter. So then my other friend watched it and I rewatched it and I grew to appreciate it more. And then we had the rewatch and I was really able to appreciate watching it one episode a day. Each episode is really solid. There are very few episodes where nothing happens. And there was always something to talk about, one way or another. So I think, that's my, spaghetti shilling version of it. But I think there's a lot of things that people say are oh, Hunter x Hunter is, shonen, not your average shonen, all these, weird,
it's a deconstruction of shonen, Shaw, don't you know?
You know? Yeah, all these, very inaccurate buzzwords that are just, very lazy ways of trying to explain why it's good without saying anything. Everyone has a line. It makes
you seem like your show is really cool and unique.
Yeah.
Even though that's not necessally a good requisite for a...
It's not for those casuals who watch those other shows.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of buzz praise. It's buzzwords, but they're just praise for it. And I don't think it's really accurate because other shonens are dark and other shonen, it's by saying it's not your average shonen, it's okay, you don't have to put the entire genre or demographic down to try and make your show look good. That's lazy and bad. So I like it. I think if I could choose one specific thing that I think it does better than any other shonen, for any of them I've seen, it's the way they craft antagonists is top tier for me. I love the antagonists. I can't even call them villains. There's only one villain, and that's the bomber, and he sucks. We forget he we forget about him.
The bomber.
We forget about the bomber.
I found the bomber.
The bomber. Who's the bomber? I fucking hate that guy. But so between like Hisoka, the Phantom Trope, the ants, especially Muram, Parston Hill at the end, like there's always a different type of antagonist who I feel is like really interesting. Like they have their own motives, and the cool part is a lot of times that they're not really like they can be an antagonist in one arc, and then they can be like a neutral party in another, or they can even be an ally in another arc. They're very fluid characters. So I think it's cool, and I think when you have like a really well-crafted antagonist, it really forces the protagonist to raise their game, because you can't just rely on this being a good versus evil battle. You know, like if your antagonists are sympathetic, like you gotta give your protagonists more reason to have like, to be rooted for. Like you can't just have them be like, these are the good guys, so we have to root for them because they're the good guys. So I think it helps make the entire cast feel more well-rounded and more genuine. And then, I guess there are other reasons. Nico, I know you like Hunter x Hunter too. If you wanted to...
I fucking love Hunter x Hunter.
Spaghetti with me.
I mean, for me with Hunter x Hunter, what I really love is just how they use... like, I'm a big fan of world building. Like, I've always been a big fan of world building, and the fucking, like, world building in that show is really top tier. Not just in terms of, like, the locations themselves, but, like, the nin system is probably one of my favorite battle systems in terms of, like, battle shonen. Probably followed closely by like One Piece's Devil Fruits.
Oh yeah.
But just how like everything has like nothing has like a direct counter or a trying to think. Like I guess it's just like it doesn't feel like it's a power level, I guess. And a lot of shonen are just like I have the bigger spirit bomb thingy.
Right. Or like, I scream whatever. Louder, so I win.
I scream louder. But for Hunter x Hunter, it's like everyone has a very unique and interesting way of using their own powers.
So it's kind of...
especially later in the show when the powers start getting a little bit more ridiculous, and you really get to see how they work around. And I think that's probably another one of just like my favorite things in shonen is just seeing how the powers like clash, and Hunter x Hunter executes that flawlessly.
It's always like fun trying to figure out how would you counter if you had this type of power, which... also ties into when you have different characters fighting each other, like how you had the Phantom Troop fighting the what was it? Well, what were those guys that got killed right away, even though they thought they were badasses?
Like
by that
the
one
gangsters, big dude? Like the mafia.
Yeah, the gangsters.
The mafia got fucked.
They got wrecked, really.
Like the Shadow Beasts, I think they were called.
Oh, those guys, yeah.
Yeah, and it's always cool when you have different, like, in our perspective, enemies fighting each other. Because it really gets you thinking about how they're going to use their powers against each other when already right off the bat you're like, oh, they're probably going to win because they're this strong. But like kind of going into like tournament arcs, right? It's always cool seeing two different characters come together to fight each other. Like I really wanted to see Hisoka fight Chrono, but that didn't happen. But I always like to think ahead, like, what if they did fight at full strength, you know? So I love Hunter to death, but I really wish there were more matchups over time. Like, I really wanted to see the freaking Killua's family try to fight the Phantom Troop at one point, but you know that wasn't happening anytime soon. But
you can
spoilers.
always dream.
You can always dream if the guy could.
I believe in Togashi to stop playing Dragon Quest.
Is that what? He's not hurt.
Everyone has the joke of like that's his condition, like to keep writing like good Hunter x Hunter chapters. Like he can only write a certain amount, and then his back gives out and he has to go out. That's his Nen condition. But no, I'm with you on that one too. I'm a huge fan of it. I like how it's really kind of like the no free lunch. Like you're not gonna get a power up unless you really earn it. And I won't spoil it because I think I'm the only one reading the manga here. But there've been some crazy reveals lately on some Nen restrictions that have really been like game changers. And it's really cool to see that things you didn't like, even restrictions I never thought would really come to be. I kind of thought it would just be like, oh, her power is cool, but it's kind of like, it's a bit strong. I don't really know why it's like that. And then you find out later, like, oh, this is like, you can't just be this powerful just because. Like, you really have to earn your way. And that's something I like, is that it's cool if you want to just enjoy it as like a fight with cool powers. But then if you want to look into it more and say, like, how do they get these powers? How do they work? You really can. And I think it's cool whenever you have a show that you can appreciate on a surface level, or you can look deep into it. Like having both
so
aspects of them.
What you're saying is there has to be an equivalent exchange.
Ooh, what else?
Ooh. Is that a transition into another series?
Yeah, JoJo reference. Wait a minute, what? No.
Oh.
Ooh,
But
what else?
I like that. I like that point because sometimes some characters just come out with the new powers, right away without any repercussions. But because look at Dragon Ball Z. That was that's every nostalgic person's living in the past, old person's favorite shonen. If that is, I feel sorry for you at this point because Super is awful. But it's like, oh yeah, he screamed really loud or he saw his friend die and bam, he's automatically stronger. That's not necessarily, in my mind, a worthy way of passing on a new power onto someone. So I agree with you, Charles. Like, there needs to be some sort of drawback or there needs to be some exchange with it or a reason why that power is so strong, yet there's some sort of drawback. And, in the case of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, whenever there is an overpowered person, probably the best part of the series is trying to figure out how to take it down or how the protagonist is able to, in a really awesome keikaku, think of a way to counter everything with their own power. So, but then again, there's just some people who's like, dang, that guy's way too overpowered. He's probably going to win it all. And then I'm often more angry when they lose because I'm like, dude, you have the strongest power ever and you still lost, which is garbage. You need to get good, man. You're not a worthy villain. So it's, yeah, I agree with you there. Nico, you're raising your hand too. Your character's raising his hand.
Am I? Oh.
What's your?
She's putting her hair up, man. That's raising her hand.
Dude, that's hot. Actually, keep doing that.
See, that's that thing that teachers do. Like, oh, you're kind of raising your hand. Oh, are you raising your hand? Yeah. Like, no.
Dang it! No, I was scratching my face. Oh, okay, I'll go
teacher,
up there.
or Bacon is that teacher right now.
He is.
I'm the best teacher.
Go
on.
I mean, I guess I could talk about would Kekkai Sensen fit into this? Because I really fucking love that show. And it's kind of a
That is a great question. I cannot answer that.
Fuck it. We'll say it is a battle shonen for logistical reasons.
Yeah,
sure.
Close enough.
Why not?
I think it's in a shonen manga, and it has powers, so...
A lot of powers,
Logic checks out.
That's
we did talk about Arya for at least 5 minutes, so I mean,
okay, let's do that.
On.
Since Shaw just finished Arya, and we're gonna spaghetti about it, it'll be great.
I will.
She finished already?
Shit. Yeah, get good.
She just finished it before you did, Bacon.
I'm sorry.
You were someone who started it last year, and you still haven't finished Natural.
You need to up your binge game. I binged all of Arya in 3 weeks. Stop it. People were like, "Yo,
so, Nico,
sorry."
Yeah, Kekkai Sensen, man, you.
It's a shonen now.
I mean, I guess for Kekkai Sensen, it's less of being in the shonen tropes and more from a directorial standpoint. It's just a really fucking stylish show. And honestly, it's probably the most American show in anime. Because, they fucking go eat a burger, every day. It's fucking amazing. And I think Kekkai Sensen, really what it just does is a lot of people say it's like Gintama 2.0 because the same exact VA cast down to I don't know, half the characters.
It's pretty much 90% half of it.
Of the characters. I didn't know that.
Yeah, 90% of the characters are from Gintama, in terms of VA. But what I really like about it is just it's one of those shows where you just kind of sit back and you enjoy the ride. And I know that that's not for everybody, and it's definitely a lot more of a style over substance show. But just as a fan of just wacky shit happening, it's just it has this nice flow to it that a lot of other anime I have seen don't have. In the fact that it's completely fucking random, but it somehow makes cohesive sense, even though you have no clue what's going on at any given moment. It's a really weird feeling that I don't even know how to explain in an intellectual way, I guess, because it's just something you kind of have to watch to see.
They're confirmed for a second season, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't have the same director, so I'm a little apprehensive.
Oh.
But the OST, the composer's coming back, so that's worth it because that OST is.
Oh, I love
that
the
opening.
OST
is fucking amazing. The opening and the ending are amazing.
Oh yeah, them dancing at the end. See, that's one thing I love most about that is because you could really see that the characters do legit care for each other, and that's another shonen thing I love most. Is when the characters are "Oh, you're my nakama," and I'm just yeah, like I care about you so much.
That's my shit,
dude. Power friendship is the best power ever. No matter what, we're together.
Fuck yeah, friendship.
And with Kekkai Sensen, I could see how that would be shonen like, because again, there's like a lot of powers that do get thrown in the mix in terms of fighting each other, which each character got a slight exposition on how their power works, but it was very forgettable, honestly. I was more focused on just the characters themselves. Like, I still didn't understand fully what Leonardo's eyes were like. I'm like, dude, is this like more powerful than a Gias? Is it Sharingan 3.0? Like, he sees stuff and yet it messes with him. Like, it got confusing, but in my mind, like, I love the characters and the way they were developed all throughout the series as a whole.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of liked how they didn't like blatantly explain the powers. Just like, these people do shit, and like it doesn't. They kind of just gave it up to your interpretation of what the character's actually doing, which sometimes got frustrating to like, I don't know what's going on. But at other times it was fun because the show really didn't exposit, as far as I remember, very much at all. It's a very like, for a show that has so much wacky stuff going on that like needs to be explained, it really doesn't explain it in like a good way. So you kind of can just get immersed in like what's going on instead of being too focused on like trying to figure out the logistics of everything going on. I don't know. I think it's just kind of like one of those special shows that you don't really get a lot of, and so it's really fun to watch.
All right, I'm going to say right now, the reason why Shaw and I aren't saying anything is because we both don't like the show.
Yeah. I'm not...
I mean, you guys could shit on Kekkai.
We were just whistling the whole time, like...
I mean, just shit all over Kekkai. Let's do it. Shit
I feel
all over
bad.
it.
Yeah,
I feel bad.
Tournament arc shonen fight. Let's go.
First off, I think half the reason I'm like was like half turned off was because Shinpachi's voice actor is the main guy, and I was just like, nah, I'm out. No, I'm joking.
I love Namakawa. What's his?
Yeah, I like
name.
him.
Sakaguchi Daisuke.
No, I like him.
Sakaguchi
I liked him in
Daisuke.
Clannad. I like him. That was mostly a joke, but no, I think it's interesting because you guys were talking about how like the like not really knowing what the powers are and like how it kind of adds an air of like craziness. I always kind of wanted to know like what was going on with the powers, so I guess I like exposition more than the average person. So I guess I was kind of like waiting for that, but I cannot take away that the show is a very unique experience, and that's not something you're going to get that often. So it's a really fun time if you're like really invested in it, and that like OST and OP-ED combo is like really good, and it does feel really American. It has a really cool American feel to it, and I kind of wanted to see more of the world building to see like how that atmosphere like came to be.
Yeah, aren't they locked in that city or something like that?
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I'm excited about season 2, even though we don't have to. We don't have, what's her name? I forget her name off the top of my head. Yeah, what's her name? Crap. Matsumoto Rei. Why did I forget that? She's like one of my favorite directors. But it's going to be interesting seeing how they handle season 2 without her. But I definitely am hoping for a lot more world building, because that world is very interesting and they didn't really explain shit. And while that's fun to watch, I guess it just leaves me like, I want to see more.
Yeah, like I'm not sure how the barrier works, but people can like leave the city, but there's a barrier. But like, yeah, it was kind of weird
like,
with that.
And there's like certain wizards that could only repair and take down the barrier. Like you're like a chosen few. I wonder more about those
weird,
guys.
And like they were connected somehow to the main group, but not. I don't know. I'm excited to see. I hope that they can. My goal, like I finished it and didn't enjoy it as much as I hoped, but I hope they manage to keep the kind of like New York Minute feel of like craziness happening every day, but also maybe be like a bit more cohesive and just kind of like the background of things. Like give it a good foundation and then go crazy. Then I'll be all in.
I think there was a lot of on the adaptation. I heard the manga has a lot more of the world building, so I haven't read the manga, but I've heard from like here and there that the anime is a very like wild, I guess, adaptation in that it fully embraces its style over actually portraying the story. I think like the entire main arc of the anime is like the white and black part or whatever is completely anime original. Yeah, so like that's like 90% of the story in the show. So I'm interested of like to see like if they retcon that or what's going to happen in season 2 just because of a new director. And I heard that they're changing up a lot of things. They're making it more anime or more manga adaptation like. So it'll be really interesting to see season 2.
That sounds like an interesting transition, since you just mentioned manga more than 3 times. And if there's any series I associate with read the manga, it's One Piece. And that sounds like Bacon.
How dare you take that?
Transition game on point.
Right. And look at Bacon's AV, whose hands are both half raised. That
they're
looks
ready
like
to throw hands.
They're
I'm not
throwing
ready to catch
down.
Dude, no, she's actually loading. She's supposed to be loading a shell, but it's fine. It's fine. So let's.
I thought she was dropping a sick beat.
That too.
Why does she have headphones on?
They're beats because she obviously values audio quality.
Oh,
I hate you so much.
Your car sucks. Shut up.
No, you can't just say that your car sucks. You suck. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had
I hate you so much.
We're going really far back here. Are we gonna do the 4 kids rap?
Okay, no, we won't. So, as of right now, like, my whole life is invested into One Piece right now because I started at the very beginning of this year. I skipped a bunch. Like, I started at episode 100 something, which was the Alabasta arc where they're in the desert.
You started at Alabasta?
Yeah, because
you skipped all the introduction arcs, and you just went to.
Are you that guy who asks, like, in what order do I watch JoJo?
No. Listen. No. Okay. I already was a fan of One Piece, but I fell out of it ever since Toonami, like, disappeared way back. God, I feel old. And so finally, like, literally a New Year's resolution, January 1st, I was like, okay, I'm picking up One Piece again. I had a good memory of where I left off. I asked my friend, like, hey, all I remember is that there's a thing called boogie powder or dancing powder. There's a dude named Crocodile with a hook, and they're in the desert. And my friend's like, all right, that's Alabaster, that's this episode. And when I looked, I was like, oh, that's like episode 90-something. All right. And I went from there, and there were enough flashbacks to help me piece together what was going on that I skipped out on, because I had a general idea what the crew was at that time. Now, fast forward, and it's already August. In terms of keeping up with seasonal anime, literally nothing. The only thing I've watched this year that's part of this current season is Boku no Hero, which was a very close second to my second favorite shonen right now, because that is balls to the wall amazing. Like, tear-jerking, happy emotions, crazy. That's how much I love Boku no Hero. But
I mean, we gotta talk about best edgelord Bakugo for like 2 seconds.
God, he's such a punk. God damn it.
He's such a fuckhead, but I love him too much. Okay,
yeah,
back to One Piece. Sorry.
But, so right now, I am balls deep into the Marineford arc, which a lot of people argue saying that that's the best arc. But on the other side, some people say that Water 7 is the best arc, and I'll find out once I finish. But one thing I love most about One Piece is the whole concept of, dude, you are nothing without your crew. Because when it comes to, like, pirates, you have the captain and all of his subordinates, and they hold that to a very, very high regard. How you serve the captain or you serve under that flag, and you don't betray each other. One character, Ace, who's one of the characters a part of the Whitebeard Pirates. The reason why he was running around was because one of the crewmates killed someone on their ship and then jumped off and fled, and that's like that's like the most jacked up thing you could do. So he was hunting him down to kill him, and that guy was Blackbeard. One Piece spoilers, by the way, coming up. But the thing is that the reason why I love One Piece so much is because, one, Nico, you talked about how much you love world building. That's the same with me. And One Piece's world is freaking huge.
Oh my god, One Piece's world is the fucking, like, the shit.
Yeah, there's so much. Like, you think it's just Grand Line, Red Line, boom, there's One Piece. No, like, the amount of people that are coming together and, like, the amount of players in each part and how they're connected to, whether it's the Navy, the Warlords, everything else, and how a lot of characters start to connect and know each other. Like, it blows my mind constantly. Like, all the things that they dropped on me in terms of, like, Ace's, like, past blew my freaking mind. And so, yeah, like, I just love learning about all the different characters that are on there and all about all the devil fruit powers as well. Like, at first I started getting sick of it, how every character they encountered had a devil fruit, but I eventually got used to it. Like, there were, like, side characters that were in the middle of battles that had devil fruits, and I assumed every power holder was going to be a key character. But there was one character, like, at the Water 7 arc that Zoro was fighting, and this guy's like, oh, I ate the rust fruit. And I'm like, who's this schmo? He ended up rusting up Zoro's sword and breaking it. And I was like, oh, whoops. He's down to 2 swords now. And, like, he beat that guy within seconds and he was gone. But that affected Zoro as in part of, like, I need to get a new sword, which he does later on. And, oh, gosh, in terms of just characters together, it's one thing I love most. It's hard for me to pick a favorite character out of the Straw Hat crew, as well as hard for me to pick a favorite character out of the entire anime, because every single one is dope in their own way. Like, hell, Whitebeard's awesome because he's old and he's strong. Then you got I like Brook because he's a perverted skeleton, which is like, you know, he's like, hey, can I see your panties? And like, I'm like, yeah, I like this guy already, man. He's perverted and he's just so honest. And I could go on all day. Like, I'm staring at my One Piece.
Please go on all day. Let's
just go. We got 8 hours apparently.
Dude,
of podcast footage.
We could go 8 hours, but as of right now, I'm already buying One Piece like merch. I got like the wanted posters in my room right now. One of Boa Hancock, who was best girl, along with Nico Robin. But overall,
Nico Robin is best girl. I've seen like 20 One Piece episodes, and I already know.
Nico Robin is best girl, yeah.
Nico Robin.
Nico Robin's pretty great.
Nico Robin.
Yeah, I can't even give
all of her arms do the double
I can't
thing.
I can't give Bacon shit for like starting One Piece at that arc, because I had like a contract with my friend. He's like, watch these specific One Piece episodes and then this arc, and I watched like it out of order. And it was the Water 7 arc, but I actually didn't finish it because I was like, you know what, I'm not going to be disrespectful. I'm going to start from the beginning. But no, it's like really cool. It's really cool to see. It's like a unique concept. I love Zoro and Robin a lot. I like everyone though. Like, you know, everyone's cool. So I'm excited to see more of it.
Yeah, everyone in the crew's so dope. Like, I'm waiting for the big time skip because like currently right now, the Straw Hat crew was separated, and that blows my mind. I'm like, dude, it feels so weird that they're not there backing you up, because it's all about, you know, your friends backing you up. But when they come together, it's those moments that I really love most, when the whole squad, like same with Haikyuu, same with,
when you
I
see
guess,
the squad roll up, you know what's up. That's just like the best
same with,
feeling.
Like, in Bleach, when like the entire crew's together and like they're about to walk into the final battle, and Haikyuu when they walk out to play against the final team. It's those moments that I go crazy. Like, regardless of the result, I'm like, dude, we're all 100% ready. Let's go, like, fuck shit up, man. Like, it feels good being together with you guys again. And those are the moments I die for. And the music for One Piece, freaking lit. More lit than my mixtape, man. So it's amazing.
Well, I mean, it's like 5 times 0, so it's like still 0.
I mean,
shut up. You shut up. Your mixtape's horrible, Becker.
I don't even have one.
Exactly. That's how bad it was.
Don't shit on the mixtapes, man. Does Luffy Moku? That's like the most fucking hype like song. It's fucking, I mean, dude, it's so fucking good.
Dude, that and like the march to Arlong Park, the Overtaken. Yes. I'm just like, that's playing at my wedding when I'm walking down the aisle.
Ooh.
And I just bust down the door. Who's marrying me?
Yeah, I gotta say, I think if there's like a lot of, we're talking about like super good shonen stuff that we like. I mean, and Kekkai Sensen, but I'll like, that was mean. That was so mean. I'm sorry, Nico. I saw my moment and had to take it, but
I mean, I can't blame you though.
I can't. It's not. I'm
wait,
sorry.
I
gotta
play this
enough.
sound. I gotta play this sound if you guys can hear it. Oh, I died.
We can't hear it.
Damn it!
What are you doing?
I heard it.
It was supposed to...
Yo, man, they're doing the air horn.
I was supposed to be... I was trying to do the air horn, but the...
This is the worst mixtape.
The 2011 meme. Quick, catch the old movie. Catch the old meme. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Get the old meme. Who let it out?
Oh, yeah. All right, so going back to it. Since we clearly all love shonens, what's the one thing you love most about shonens? I think I already talked about my end, which is about the crew coming together, because they're all nakamas. What about you guys? Like, is it the power scaling you love? Is it the whole, and then, like, you have another character that's even more stronger than your favorite character? Like, what do you guys love most about shonens as a whole?
If I could choose, like, one thing that is, like, consistently will always get me hype or, like, invested, it's either the berserk or rage moments. Those are my shit. Like,
so the breaking point.
it's either, I like the breaking points where it's like like either the nice guy just like loses their shit. Obviously, like Hunter x Hunter, like that's my favorite. That's my favorite one of all time. Like favorite berserk moment. Even in like Gintama has a berserk moment. Full Metal Alchemist.
Gintama has a lot of berserk moments actually.
Which one?
It's like Gintama has quite a few berserk
There's
moments.
one that like Gintoki in the Four Divas arc of Gintama, amazing arc, like fantastic one. There's the Gintoki berserk arc moment during the graveyard scene. Holy shit. Like, there's nothing better.
That's some fucking lit shit.
That is lit. Like, the best part is, like, Gintoki, like, we all know him as, like, the lazy, like, slob, like, the lazy dude who doesn't give a shit, but then, like, secretly gives a shit, but he's not gonna show his feelings. Like, when he goes crazy, it's like, yo, this isn't a comedy anime anymore. There's no jokes around. But it's always great to see, not just, like, berserk moments in general, but to see the, like, happy characters or the lazy ones, like, the ones that normally don't show their emotions or don't show negative emotions. When they freak out, that's when you know, like, shit's getting real, we're in for some hype. And sometimes it can be, like, really, really devastating moments, because it shows, like, how far they've fallen from their normal state of being. There's another great, there's another one I'm thinking about in the, Yoshiwara arc. Nico, you know what I'm talking about, with this unsuspecting character. That one is great.
Yeah.
That one's great, too.
That one was great.
So, I think they really help build hype moments, and great, like, character moments, too. Like, that's when you can see more sides to a character, see what really makes them tick. And a lot of times it's always, like, my Nakama is getting wrecked, time to unleash my angry form and, like, go crazy.
Right. Like, oh, I lost someone dear to me, and, like, now it's like, I don't really care about myself anymore. I rather
You made
die.
my friend cry.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But also, like, for that, like, speaking of that, like, you can't have a rage moment in, like, a really bad, like, inconsequential moment. Like, you can't, like, step on a kitten and then have a rage moment. Like, you can't do that. They have to be, like, very poignant moments of, like, character-defining situations. Like, if someone, you know, like, got killed, like, that, like, there's no going back and you gotta go all out on them. Like, that's what I think really makes those.
Yeah, connected to that, there's a point in One Piece where there is a point where, like, Luffy does, like, he does that multiple times, but there's one time where he does go actual, like, you know, rage mode, but because he was doing that, regardless of how, like, hard he was going in the battle, it actually doesn't help at all. And that's a moment that really tore my heart up really badly, you know, because every character went balls out, like, oh, you know, I don't care anymore, I'm gonna fight because all my friends are losing. The thing is, all their effort that they put together didn't even scratch the surface of how they're able to get out of that. And whenever any anime does that, to where you think, oh yeah, this is supposed to be the turning point, right? They're supposed to get out of it, right? Someone's supposed to save them, right? Nope. Totally shut them down. And I remember exactly how much I cried that night. I was just, like, so devastated when that one point happened. Anything else? What else in Shonen sticks out? Like, do tournament arcs? Anyone here enjoy tournament arcs?
Actually, I haven't seen that many tournament arcs in Shonen, to be honest. That's a meme.
I've seen like
now,
3.
right?
That's a meme. I blame Boku no Hero Academia.
Like, the only, like, tournament arcs I can think of is, like, the Dark Tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho, which is a classic Shonen series. Everyone should go watch it.
Good starter.
I'm in the middle of the Dark Tournament arc, and it's pretty great. I'm not actually huge on tournament arcs, so I think it's kind of impressive, because, like, my beef with, like, tournament arcs, like, no matter what the show is, at some point they're, like, very predictable. Like, you always know, like, the MC isn't gonna lose in the first round. You know they're not gonna, like, at some point there's a level of predictability. So if you ever manage to kind of, like, switch it up in some way, then I think that makes it good. But I do like tournament arcs, but they're never gonna be my favorite arcs, no matter, like, what the series is.
Right. And the other one I've seen is from Fairy Tail, which is the Grand Magic Games. And, you know, that's terrible because Fairy Tail is it's a piece of poop.
I originally picked up Fairy Tail, like, shit, I gotta watch this tournament arc because everyone goes on and on about it, and I made it like 70 episodes, like, fuck this show.
There's, like, 2 tournament arcs, technically, but, like, they both never, like, finish, technically. They always turn into something else. That's not spoilers, but, like, it always turns into something else that's, like, dumber.
Like, someone, like, interrupts it, and it's like the big enemy interrupts the tournament, and it's like, oh, no more tournament, we all need to band together and fight this guy, and it's kind of like, oh.
I actually hate that trope.
Same.
That trope sucks. Fuck that trope. I just want
and
my
Fairy
full
Tail does it, like,
arc.
to a terrible degree. Like, everyone just joins in hands and uses the power of friendship.
Yeah, they do that quite a few times in Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball wasn't always like that.
Yeah. Well, I felt like they got most of their... because they do how many tournaments in general? They did 4 or 5.
There's a fuck ton of tournament arcs in Dragon Ball.
That's like the OG one, right? They were the start. They were the start of that. I think it's cool. I think tournament arcs are cool, but I've come to realize my favorite kind of arcs end up being the rescue arcs. Those end up being
Oh, you must have loved Bleach then, right?
Man, yeah, because Bleach had more than one rescue arc.
That's all they knew how to do.
Yo, what if I haven't actually seen Bleach? So what if this is the thing? I'm gonna defend Bleach and just be yeah, but my rescue arc.
Is this the time where Bacon and I just shit on Bleach for 10 minutes?
Sounds like a transition. Sounds like a transition to me.
Yeah. To be continued. No. So here's the problem with Bleach. Now, I had a Bleach phase. You could clearly tell it's a phase because my Bleach swords are not mounted in my room anymore.
I've been to Bacon's house. I've seen the Bleach swords. They're cringe.
I love them still. Okay, but the thing with Bleach is in the beginning, strong start, and then it just got dumb later on because they kept on doing the whole rescue thing. Probably the only thing I loved most about it was again the powers. Every character had their own specific power. It was cool seeing them kind of clash. They didn't have a tournament arc. Not that I know of. If they did. But,
ruined. That's why.
Yeah. And the thing with Bleach was that they had one, another anime that did terrible with this, it was Naruto as well, is the fillers. Now, the thing with fillers is that I understand they're either trying to have the manga get ahead so they don't catch up, and they're trying to fill time, but I much would rather have the anime itself take a break and not give me any fillers, because back then when I was watching Bleach, I was obligated to watch every single thing relating to it. But with Bleach, they had season fillers. There was one point in the Arrancar arc when they were in Hueco Mundo.
The Arrancar saga? It's so long. It's called, I think I would consider it a saga at this point.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I ended up reading the manga because I just hated it, or hated waiting, And Ichigo ends up fighting the main guy that caused this entire arc to happen. So major turning point in the story. Okay, here we go. The big final battle. Next episode, alright, we're going to go into 30 episodes of another arc that has nothing to do with the canon story.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was very weird.
I was infuriated. I skipped all that because my brother told me, he's like, hey, you don't have to watch all that. Go to this number and keep going. And I was like, Bleach, oh, baby, what is you doing, man? You're at the highest part of your story. Naruto, 1 or 2 fillers, we're good. That's fine. But they, of course, milked that like no other, and finally Naruto's ending. So, what are you guys' opinion on fillers as a whole? I'm watching One Piece, and then when there's a filler, I watch it. If it doesn't entice me, I skip it.
I mean, I like Gintama's fillers, because, they just shit on the anime industry for 20 minutes, and I have a jolly giggle out of that.
The best part of those ones are they're so blatantly filler. They have a shot of the outside of their hangout. Nothing's animated, and they're just talking. They're just we don't have enough money for this episode. We're just gonna chill. But
I should watch Gintama. That sounds hilarious in my mind.
Gintama is it's the best of times and the worst of times. Quite literally.
Gintama is everything and nothing at the same time, and I don't know how to describe it without saying it is the worst best thing that I've ever watched.
The worst best thing. I think it's an interesting one, because it's, I mean, I don't know about you, Nico, but I had, the, when does Gintama get good thing? That, applied to me for, a lot of season 1, and then I was kind of there's some good arcs here and there, and then there's, good episodes here and there, but it wasn't, consistent, and then I got to, Gintama apostrophe, that one of the ones in the top 10.
Oh yeah.
I got to that, and then it was I was all in, and then just binged the hell out of that in 3 weeks, and then it was really great. But I think it's it does have some good filler, because you can't really tell the difference. It's really just kind of all these guys hanging out, trolling each other, and telling a lot of dick jokes. So if that's yours,
there's a lot of fucking dick jokes.
If that's your scene.
This is my kind of show. Yeah.
But I think I've been pretty lucky where, a lot of the shows I've seen haven't really had too much filler. But I think I'm of the camp that, if you can't tell it's filler, then it's good filler. But I don't hate filler just, on principle.
Real good ass.
What? Railgun S. I don't know if Railgun counts as a shonen. I don't think so, but whatever.
Railgun S is actually a shonen.
Shitty filler. I'm just talking about shitty filler.
According to Mal, it's got the shonen tag, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because I can...
Hey, so, we all know Mal's always right.
Railgun is, like, the go-to example of, like, filler that's, like, bad and good. Like, I was not... Like, for the first season of Railgun, I was okay with the filler because I feel like it built up to a great tone change in Railgun S for the Sisters arc, another arc I'm a huge fan of. Like, I can defend that filler, because I'm like, okay, they're building up the slice of life atmosphere, they're trying to lull you into a false sense of security, and then they drop the Sisters arc on you, and you're like, holy shit, I didn't see this coming, this is intense. But then they have the arc after it, which is more filler, which just sucks. Like, there's no defending.
Which is literally garbage. It should not
exist. Like, they should have stopped.
Literally garbage.
There's no reason for it to exist. That just
I have very
sucks.
mixed feelings. I've been wanting to watch Railgun and see what all the hubbub is about, but now you guys are turning me away.
No, you should definitely watch it.
No, it's
like
the
Sisters arc.
Most of the filler isn't even like outright terrible. It's just like kind of
bad. It's just when you have Sisters arc and then you have like a 5 out of 10 and you try and like put them into the same anime, you're just like, please stop.
It's like because Sisters arc is definitely one of my favorite. Like, it's my like top 3 arc for me. Yeah, it's a top 3 arc for me overall. I think it's amazing, and it actually does. This is off topic, but not because everything is shonen, but I think it actually does a cool commentary on the like hero MC trope. Like, they think that they can save the day, like they can come in and save everyone. A very like shonen type of protagonist of like kind of trying to put everyone else's problems on their shoulders and try and save everyone. And I think they have some really cool commentary on that. So I think it feels like a shonen arc, even if I don't know if it would technically count as one.
Well, that's usually what you see with most MCs, is like they try to be the hero that's supposed to do it all. But
yeah,
I'm not the biggest fan of that, because I'm not saying I like Power of Friendship that much.
It's definitely not Power of Friendship.
Yeah,
I would say, right?
There's not a whole lot of friendship.
Not some friendship. Arc. But yeah, I think it's tough. I haven't seen like the terrible filler that you guys have been talking about. Like, if I was in the middle of like a hype arc and then got some really bad filler, I'd probably hate it too and like want to kill myself. But I mean, I think
there's a good way to do fillers. Okay, you either do an episode that's really entertaining. So it sounds like Gintama has a very funny, entertaining episodes. And we all know the best filler episode of all time is the ramen episode of Naruto. But the thing is that...
Oh man, it's when they drive the car in Dragon Ball.
That too, when they get their driver's license. Like, situations like that is funny, but like episodes like, recap episodes, like, I don't care.
Unless it's Shampoo, which is also a shonen, according to Mal.
Yeah, so, that's weird. That's a weird one. Right. That's definitely the best recap ep.
Yeah, but then like, I hate when there's like episodes where they start doing small mini stories about other characters that you really don't care about. Like in Bleach, they're like fighting out here in the Soul Society, and then they have 2 episodes regarding Ichigo's younger sister, his sister, and then that weird guy, and then they're going around doing their own thing. I'm like, I really don't care about that. Like, I'd rather just watch something that's actually legitimately funny, like,
And it's like they don't use it as an opportunity to kind of like help their characters. Like, they could have done something for the characters that do matter, and then like given you more on like the situation, the world, or something. Like, at least try with your filler. Don't just show up. Like, do something.
Like, okay, well, I think the biggest like problem with Bleach in particular is it was always in the middle of like big arcs that like Bacon said. I don't mind like a filler arc. Like, to bring up another like Shonen Jump show is One Piece. That has filler between arcs, but it's only between like big arcs. It's not in the middle of arcs. It doesn't feel as intrusive. It doesn't bother me as much. And given the structure of One Piece, you can kind of get away with having like quote unquote filler arcs, because
I feel like One Piece really works for filler arcs just because like you can just like say, they go to this island for like 5 episodes, and so it really works out well in that sense.
So it's like it's a part of the world,
then you have like,
but at the same time, it's not part of the story.
Given the way that like One Piece works, it works fine. But
and actually, there are a few episodes that do connect to some of the movies that they had, and there's some notes that people put on some of the websites saying, if you watch these 2 episodes, you'll have all the exposition you need to watch the One Piece Strong World movie. And I'm like, oh, that's good to know, because I do want to watch the One Piece movies. So thank you for that.
You know, speaking of the One Piece movie, this is kind of random, but like before I watched anime, this was probably like 3 years before I watched anime. It was like when One Piece Z or whatever came out, and it was like on an airplane. I was like, "Fuck it, I have nothing better to do with my life," because this is a 12-hour airplane flight. So I fucking watched that thing, and it was like the most hype shit I'd ever seen. But I didn't know what I was watching, and I was watching it in Japanese. Is that the one that's
directed by Mamoru Hosoda? Because I know he directed.
I don't remember, but I was like the most hype shit I'd ever seen, and it was in Japanese, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So this is amazing. It wasn't until like a year after I started anime that I even realized that was anime. It was one of those like, but I was like, what? I was like, I don't even know. Whenever that movie came out, plus a year or something.
You're old, man. We're all old here.
No, man. That movie came out in like 2012.
Dude, anime wasn't created until 2009. So it's pretty far back, man. We're old as hell.
I mean, true.
No, for me overall, like One Piece itself, like in terms of like Shonen's like ending, like I can't imagine how One Piece is gonna end because Bleach ended on a pretty crappy note along with its manga. Naruto,
well, yeah, because it kind of just kept going and going and going and didn't really have an end in sight because there was like, I don't know. I think the stakes I think like the power levels got like a little too high for Ichigo personally. Like Ichigo, like they kept revealing like Ichigo's like past and like family members' powers, and it's like, oh, well, spoilers for Bleach. Ichigo is a Quincy now. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that was garbage.
Like, Ichigo has Fullbringer powers. Ichigo's probably Jesus. Oh my god! It's like it just got to be like too much. And it's just like a big fucking mess by the end. And Kubo didn't end the series well at all. Besides putting Rukia and Renji together, that was cool. I liked that.
I haven't heard good things about that ship. That's a unique take.
Okay, so no, there was an episode, or rather a chapter in Bleach that like was Renji and Rukia's backstory. So I was like, since from then on, I've like, you know, shipped those two together. I haven't always been too big on the Ichigo and Rukia ship personally. I never really saw it. I just saw them as friends. But that's my crack ship of the day. But is now canon.
Yo, man, if Shonen gives me one thing, is that it gives me a shit ton of ships, and I'm a happy lad.
Yo, right? Right? I wouldn't expect that.
Who are these people that are still in support of the Naruto Sakura ship? Those people need to get the fuck out of here.
That's a fucking terrible ship.
Naruto Hinata is like the best ship.
Exactly.
That ship.
Like
that ship is
like
very
when I look
nice.
at people, they're like, "Oh, I'm still about the Naruto Sakura ship." I'm like, dude, I look at them like they're freaking VHS
no
tapes.
one
I'm like,
deserves
they
Sakura.
Still make you?
Like
Get
that's the thing.
here.
Sakura sucks. She doesn't do anything. She was useful for like literally one arc and then never used again. Fuck you, Kishimoto. Whatever.
Yeah.
Kishimoto literally doesn't know how to write female characters. They just kind of like stand there.
They just kind of stand there, or they have large breasts, like Tsunade or something.
What do you guys think of that?
Yes.
That's something people like always like
females
I always
in
hear,
shonen.
People always say females in shonen, and I always kind of like roll my eyes when they say that because I'm like, okay, well, where's the genre that does female characters right? Like, where's the like mysterious genre that like can go to shonen? No, they do terrible.
Shoujo's terrible.
That's shit terrible.
Shoujo is terrible like, female characters.
Oh, he like puts a collar around my neck and beats me, but like he said I'm making him change, so like this is great.
He's kind of rapey, but he likes me.
But he likes me, and I'm making a difference. This is like Shoujo like 101 stuff. Like you get some weird shit with that, but I always like. Yeah, sorry. I might have ad-libbed, but this is essentially what they're doing. But I'm like always wonder when people say like females in shonen, it's kind of like, well, like where, like, I mean, they seem just about as good or bad as any other genre. I think they get a bad rep. And I'm also
I think it's because they're the most popular shows, so people like, you know, notice that as opposed to like, you know, a shitty female character in some like no-name seinen series, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Because I think, if anything, like, whenever people say, like, oh, what's the best female cast, they, like, people bring up, like, Full Metal Alchemist and then, like, Gintama are both, like, very strong female casts.
Awesome,
and it's, like,
badass females, for sure.
Yeah, and they have, even something like, like, Magi has Morgiana. Like, I always can find, like, all these good females, like, around in shonen shows. Like, oh, Soul Eater, you have Maka, like, all the girls in that.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are the bad? I have seen bad ones, but I was like, I guess we're just gonna ignore these good ones. So
I think it's mostly because Naruto has shitty females and only.
Bleach has like the shittiest females too, like Orihime.
Does it? Okay. Naruto has like
all Orihime does is just yell Ichigo's name.
Just like Ichigo.
Kurosaki-kun. I'm like, okay, we get it. You're in love with them in 5 different ways. We get it.
Yo, man, that's like Parasite. Are you really Shinichukin?
That's a Seinen. That's like, maybe that's where I'll find the real female characters.
The real deal.
I thought you were someone
you gotta
else.
go to the Josai, where
Well,
I don't know. There's like 3.
Look at
anime.
One Piece. One Piece's female characters are all badass. Like,
dude,
come
Nico
on.
Robin is great. Nico Robin is wife material.
Dude, Boa Hancock, she's like the funniest. Boa Hancock's like the funniest character ever because I love the way she looks down on people by bending her head back. I find myself doing that more than my JoJo poses. I'm just like, what the hell is this? And I bend my head back.
I'm excited for part 6 to get animated, so we get Jolene, another great shonen female. We got to talk about JoJo, or it's gonna get.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about JoJo besides like in the beginning, but JoJo.
I mean, that's because JoJo's just memes, right, guys?
JoJo is just straight memes.
XD.
I'm waiting for JoJo. I'm waiting for JoJo to pull out the tournament arc because that's gonna be funny as hell.
Oh my god!
JoJo tournament arc.
I would.
What is his stand?
They actually do that. That's actually that's essentially part 7. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh shit, kidding. Son.
Yeah, that's actually part 7.
I thought part 7 was a race on a horse.
Yeah, that's like a tournament. That's a tournament arc.
I guess. I mean, it's a competition.
It's a competition.
Boku no Hero, they did it there. They were racing, And...
Yeah.
All I know is that one of the characters has like 4 testicles in one of the later parts.
Do they?
Or is it 8?
What?
No. I think it's part 8,
right? I think it's in 8. One of the characters has 4 testicles. Why that's important to the character, I have no idea. But this is JoJo we're talking about.
See, now I picture Kakyoin playing with cherries. Thanks
Rita. Yeah, I like JoJo. I guess we have to give that a shout out. Good
like
job.
Potato wedges. Potato wedges are delicious.
Dude, I think potato wedges is a Northwest thing because I have not met any other people
that call
from
JoJo's.
Anywhere else that say, "Oh, those are good. That's a good. You got a plate of JoJo's. You're set, bro."
Yeah, no, I've never heard that.
How dare you?
Wow, maybe it is a Northwest
Get out
thing.
Of here. Well, then.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it is. We don't say this in Cowboy Land
or the East Coast.
It's like, well, maybe we should just have a tournament arc just to see what we should call these things. All right. All right. So before we end it, good point. Favorite shonen character as of right now. Step forward if you must.
Let me look. Someone else go.
I mean, let's see. I could say the obvious one, or I can go with someone else so that there's 2 different characters. But fuck, Killua, bro.
Yeah.
Killua.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go. Joseph Joestar.
Yeah, dude. That's also a very good one.
Joseph is so great. What a great guy.
Joseph,
what a bae. So great.
What a man, honestly.
Dude, part 4 ruined Joseph for me, though.
Yeah, that was lame. I
kind of fucked up.
I kind of hate that, I love Joseph because I feel like he's like the personification of JoJo. Like, I think he's like the JoJo persona.
He really is.
He's really what people love about JoJo.
Yeah,
he's literally
that guy.
the character.
He's the guy who's like, he seems like beyond retarded, and then he does the most genius shit ever, and you're like, holy shit, how'd that happen?
Not the most genius shit is the most retarded shit in part 2.
That's
why we love it.
He's basically that one friend that you have that's like, nah, man, I'm not smart in school, but I'm street smart. Like, yeah, cool, bro.
Yeah, he's like that. He's so cool with that, and I kind of feel like they like used him as a crutch a bit in like part 3 and part 4 as kind of like to like they're like, oh, everyone loves Joseph, so let's like keep like drag him out, and it's like, no, like let's just let Joseph let him be.
Well, the thing is, in part 3, he's like a shadow of him for his former self, and I get that because it's more part 3 is more about like Jotaro, but even then, I just wanted some more Joseph.
No. What are you talking about? Part 3 is about Jotaro. It's about fucking Polnareff.
Yeah.
Real JoJo.
What are we talking about?
Polnareff's toilet adventure,
bathroom adventures, or whatever.
Yeah. I think
find a decent toilet to shit in. It's so sad. Then he ends up licking one, which is pretty sad as well.
Yeah, we won't talk about that part of part 3.
So I'd probably say, for my favorite shonen character, it's a huge toss up between Jotaro or someone from One Piece. Literally anyone from One Piece.
You are such a stan.
Dude, even Ivankov?
Dude, Ivan, that dude is crazy, man. Him and his squad. Dude, that guy just changing everyone else's gender. Like he must get so many fans or haters from Tumblr. I have no idea. But
dude, I don't know. Now I want to go look that up. I gotta find this out.
All right, to be very honest right now, because I can't really say because I'm not far into One Piece enough because of the time skip, so I won't go there. But if I were to really say right now my favorite character, I'd say Deku from Boku no Hero, because every moment that Deku has come out of in terms of pure epicness and pure willpower, for me in my mind and heart, it's like inspiring, gets me teary-eyed. It gets me want to get up and work out even harder, and he's just super inspiring to me. Like that I know he's the greatest hero of all time. He hasn't shown it yet, but I have faith in him every episode and every step of the way.
I just like Deku because his power like fucks him up, but then he's like, "Fuck it, I'm still gonna use it."
Exactly.
And it's just like I have to just like I can't help but root for him.
I'm not done
because he's just like breaking his arm as he punches things, and I'm just like, "Bro, do it!"
Like, oh god, it hurts. Screw it. Let's do it again.
I only like Deku for the memes. Like the crying memes.
I'm actually not huge on Deku. I think he's okay.
You're actually not huge on Boku no Hero Academia in general, isn't that right?
I'm actually not.
What?
I'm actually not. I'm trying to keep my toxicity to a minimum level, but I've actually read all the manga, and I'm not big on the series, so I think it's just not for me. I don't think Deku's for me. Try not to be toxic about it, but...
Dude, but how do you hate on Bakugo, man? He literally is edge personified.
I appreciate his, like, excessive angry autism as, like
I'm supposed to be the best. I'm supposed to be better than you.
He's like my meme. He's like my meme. But, no, I don't really hate Deku or Bakugo. I'm just not feeling them. Like, I see, like, other characters doing their thing, and I, like, find them more interesting. I think Deku reminds me a lot of, Simon from, like, Gurren Lagann.
I was about to say that I'd rather go watch Gurren Lagann than go watch, like, Boku no Hero Academia.
So, I'm waiting for Deku to get to the part 2 phase of Gurren Lagann. Like, I'm waiting.
Where he just gets really fucking buff.
I'm waiting for that switch. I'm waiting for him to develop.
Actually, he already is
I'm waiting for Uraraka to get that switch, because she's also my favorite. Because she loves her parents.
We all know May is Bae.
No, her voice is so annoying. I know Momo was...
Dude, May, I was mad with May's VA. I didn't like her VA.
Honestly, you can't go wrong with a lot of the My Hero Academia girls.
My favorite so far... Okay, I like Kirishima. He should be the MC. Straight up. Kirishima's the bro. He should be the MC. Momo is great. She should be the main girl. Bakugo, I appreciate him because I think he doesn't get his...
Does he turn to a villain yet? That dude's, like, villain personified. Like, I'm waiting for him to turn foot.
Well, I won't say anything, but...
he does. He does. Like,
that's what you think. You don't know, but...
Dude, Bakugo fucking nukes Japan.
Oh, no, let's not talk nukes right now, man.
Nah, he's like... He actually does go through some character development, not as much as I would like, or not as much as I think he gets credit for, but he does develop a bit, and I appreciate it. And, you know, it's kind of funny, like... I think about it, I'm like, you know, Deku cries a lot, that's kind of annoying. I'd probably yell at him too, you know? Realistic characters.
Quit crying! God!
Like, wipe your tears. Okay. But, no, that's fair. It's like, yeah, so, that's the show. All Might is still the best. Yeah. That's kind of it.
Best girl, All Might?
Best girl.
I mean, how do you hate All Might?
Probably if you hate...
All Might's just like,
you
literally
probably have to use all the
Superman.
might in your body to hate him.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
He's got a beautiful tan, by the way. Better tan than me. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, we're probably done talking shonen.
We're not done.
Now.
Me and Nico didn't get
to shill Killua for 2 hours.
Yeah, you're going over on Deku and stuff, and we're about to drop...
We got 148 episodes of Killua to shill.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Fine.
No, go cry in the corner. We got this.
Go cry in your corner, Deku, honestly.
Or in your car, because that's what makes me cry.
Go cry to your mom about how great All Might is. Like,
okay.
I will. And I'm gonna rock in my chair like, I can't wait to see more armor.
This bitch. Yeah. Me and Nico are bonding over. We both love Killua a lot. I actually called him Kahlua, as is my character to mispronounce everything. I called him Kahlua for like the first 40 episodes, so no one is safe.
Is that not how you pronounce it?
No, like the alcohol Kahlua instead of Killua.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I thought it was I thought it was Killa for a long time.
It makes him sound more gangster, so we should go with that.
Killa. I kept hoping I would find gangster fan of Killua, but I have not found that yet. That's sad.
Yeah, so I like him a lot. He's my favorite character in anime, and it's not really close. I really appreciate his character development over the course of the series. He really becomes like almost like an entirely different person if you compare like his first appearance to the end. And I think it's really cool to see him go in a somewhat different direction than you'd expect. He's like starts off as the edgelord character, and he becomes more of like a normal, like healthy human being, which is kind of cool to see because like normal human beings are kind of boring, but when you see someone actually work towards getting that, I think it's pretty interesting. He does some badass shit, like when he goes assassin.
Does a lot of badass shit.
When he goes assassin mode, that's always fun. I think my favorite moment, like when he it was him versus Jones in the Hunter x Ham arc. When he like rips Jones's heart out, I was like, okay, this is my favorite character. We're done. We can stop now. But
yeah, I remember I got to like that point. I was like, yeah, this show's pretty decent. And then that happened. I was like, fuck it. This show's a 10 out of 10.
This is a 10.
I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, I think so. I really appreciate him. He's a good dude.
He also has the best theme song in the entire show, IMO.
It's a really sad theme song too.
It is. It's super actually sad, but it's also really hype.
Yeah, it's a hype. It's like hype, but like you hear his like it's called I think it's called like it translates to like the silver haired boy, and the only reason I know that is because it has Gin in the title, and I was like, God damn it, Gintama, like why do you do this? But so it's a really cool song. I think it's really fitting of him. Yeah.
So, anything else, gentlemen and lady?
Your car sucks?
I want to talk about the man who wants a quiet life.
Yo.
For like 2 seconds.
Yo.
2 seconds.
We gotta
talk about... Dude, that is a killer theme song.
That's my favorite theme song in anime. Like, favorite character theme song is Kira's. That's the best.
It is literally the best thing ever.
So weird, and yet I'm okay with it, you know?
Dude, Kira is like... This is a psychopathic mass murderer, and I just want to watch him murder more people because it's like strangely amazing. He murders them
in the most fabulous way ever. With that one scene where like the guy walks towards him, he literally flicks him like a piece of paper, and he just disintegrates. And I was like, oh, that is a great way to clean up the crime scene, my friend. Good one. Good one.
I really liked the chapters they had like with him and his family. Like those were my favorite. Yeah. Those were like my favorite part, and I'm like actively rooting for him to like get away from everyone and just chill with his family and like, you know, kind of become that dad and husband. I'm like, I'm like all in on this. Become a family. Like, and
yeah, that was always my favorite parts as well. It's just like I kind of always wished he had a little bit more like, I don't know. It's like I half hoped he would like have some remorse or like feel feelings towards the family, and then I half hoped he would just stay a mass murderer and not give up.
Yeah, it was a weird balance. So it was cool because you like teased it, like they teased him like almost caring for like I think her name was Shinobu, like his wife. Like they were teasing that as if like he was gonna start like actually caring for his family, but then you also like it wouldn't be as realistic as it would if he just like, you know, just gave up like killing people for hands. Like you can't just do that overnight. But I think it was cool. I think it really worked well for part 4. I think part 4 is really great. It's a very cool setting that you don't really see in Shonen that much. Like, yeah.
Well, my favorite part about part 4 is because at the end of part 3, you're literally taking on, like, God or whatever. And then part 4, you just go, like, it's a globe-trotting adventure trying to take down essentially God. And then part 4 is, like, just one town, and they're trying to find, like, it's like a mystery. So it's like this almost like how, like, most Shonen as they keep going up, it's like, oh, power levels keep rising. And that's the main reason I like JoJo's power levels. It's because, we're back to 0, and now we're doing wacky shit at, like, level 1 again.
I just think that was really fun about part 4. They are the most styling crew I've ever seen in Shonen.
Dude, part 4's style is like, whew.
Shout out to Rohan.
I wish I could like rock Rohan style, because I totally would if I could.
I wish I could rock his lifestyle, just being like a massive asshole towards everyone. Like, no fucks. He's like a huge asshole, but I think it's pretty great.
But dude, he's a horrible gambler, huh?
Sakurai fucking nailed that character so hard. It was like that was like a VA match made in heaven.
Random shout out. We didn't really get to talk about it at all, even though I think me and Becker are huge fans of Full Metal Alchemist. I think
How the fuck do we not?
I feel
talk
pretty
about
bad,
that?
honestly, because
that's like the de facto.
This is the de facto
shonen.
I guess not too much to say because I think it's just such a like consistently.
It's a show that
good
speaks for itself.
It does.
What I think.
I've seen I think there's been some rumbling because I think what happens is like everyone says, you can't really complain about Full Metal Alchemist. It's so consistent. It doesn't do anything right. It doesn't do anything wrong. And then some people are like, wait, but the comedy, I'm not a fan of it. And now it's turned into like the comedy is awful, which I don't think is.
I think the comedy, I don't know.
The comedy is like hit or miss, but like
I'm not a.
It was like sometimes it was funny, sometimes it wasn't. But like it wasn't like outright terrible. Like I could.
Yeah. I think it's pretty funny at times. Like, the short jokes got me. I think they're funny. It's like, I guess I have, like, a very low bar for humor, but...
I don't know. I just always loved the when they would, like, think that Al was the Full Metal Alchemist and not Ed. That always got me. Like, I don't care. People can say that's a terrible joke as much as they want, but that shit always got me.
Yeah,
it's a clever joke, honestly.
It is, because you would think that if you look at the like, DVD cover, like, you'd think, like, he's the Full Metal Alchemist. You wouldn't think it's Ed. So it's like a very realistic misconception. But I just wanted to say that, like, I think it's consistently rated as one of the best anime, and I think it's very much deserving of that. I still think it's a good entry-level show. I think snobs can appreciate it. I think
it is a snob favorite.
It is a snob favorite.
It is a snob favorite.
But I think I wanted to, like, give it a shout-out. I love the female characters in it. I love everyone. It's a good show. Good show. Good show, 10 out of 10.
It's a good show. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
No.
I'm a heretic. I think I literally gave it a 9 out of 10 because it's so consistent. It's like, well, like every part of it's just so good, but I can't point at any part and just say that's my favorite.
I feel you.
It's a weird, I don't know. It's a weird, and I will fully accept that I have weird taste at times
I feel you on that.
Alchemist.
Sometimes when a show is too consistent, it's tough for it to really stand out from itself. And I think that's part of the reason, like, other shonens we end up talking about like arcs or moments is because they go on for so long that it's impossible for them to really be consistent. So then you always talk about like the Soul Society arc for Bleach or the like Chunin exams in Naruto or like, Marineford and One Piece. Like there's always like very high moments. So you can always like talk about those because they stand out amongst the rest. But there isn't an arc really in Full Metal Alchemist. Like it's not an arc structure. And I mean, I have, like, my favorite moment, which I think is, like, a 10 out of 10 moment. The, like, scene where, he pushes through the door to, like, tell Al's body that he's coming back from.
Yeah.
Like, that was a great moment. But that's not, like, an arc, per se.
That's just a moment.
I think my favorite part is still Mustang versus Lust.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw, like, a gif of that before I even started watching anime, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch anime. And I did.
And
so
here we are.
I have a special place in my heart for that.
Yeah,
that
Brotherhood
fight
has a special place in my heart as well. Like that's the anime that got me into anime. I wouldn't be here without that show.
It was that and Tengen Toppa for me. I watched like Sao and
wait, you
Attack
say
on
Sao?
Titan. I was like, yeah,
as in like
SAO?
Okay, I was like, wait,
I don't know,
Sao?
fucking
Sao?
the sword of arts of lines. Sao. I don't know. I've always said it
like
Sao.
as in like South Dakota, like you're a Saudak.
Yeah, sure. I don't know, but like I watched SAO and Attack on Titan, and I was like, yeah, these are okay. And then I watched like Full Metal Alchemist and Tengen Toppa. I was like, fuck it, this is a medium worth endorsing. And now I'm a weeb.
Now you're on a podcast
Your
for it.
whole life is in shambles.
Now you have a like Chitanda
God
AV.
damn it.
Look at yourself. You have like a.
Nah, man, I have literally 500 gifts of Chitanda. I don't know what I'm doing in my life anymore.
Weird. That is
a lot, and I'm just thinking like, is there that many
Man of
shots
culture.
of her?
That's the words you guys are looking for.
So basically, my job that I gave to myself like a year ago, and I kind of was a failure at it, is that I was gonna make a GIF of every single Chitanda moment in the entirety of Hyoka, and I made it to episode 12.
Whoa!
So you're over halfway. Why didn't you finish it?
Yep, but I haven't done anything in 6 months.
Well,
I failed my waifu.
Don't worry, she'll still forgive you. She won't forgive him. No way. No way. No way.
No.
Well, now that we know that we're failures, might as well give up and end this podcast.
No.
But
fuck this
we never
podcast
give
to
up.
failure.
I'm going to be the king of the pirates.
No.
You hear that?
first you have to get a decent car.
Yeah, first you gotta get a decent car. Like, you gotta get a Going Merry.
You guys have to get a car in general.
I do have a car.
Yeah.
My
car.
car's better than your guys's. My car could beat up your car.
My car's a truck. My truck's...
Well, you know what? I'm gonna upgrade my car. It's gonna be able to go in the water, and then we're gonna
put suspenders on it. Put suspenders on it.
Sure. I'll put fidget spinners on it. Yeah, whatever those are called.
Yeah, do it.
God.
Oh god, yeah. Make that your propeller.
And then I'm gonna be bumping my mixtape as I drive down the road. And then I'm gonna diss Beck. I'm gonna do mixtape against Becker. All right. So thank you guys for listening to this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to us weeb out about shonens. We all know the best shonen of all time's Arya, so we'll take that for what you
I
thought.
thought it was Yoko.
No, it's Arya.
Sure, yeah.
Arya is the best shonen.
Oh.
Arya's best shonen because they
Okay.
get so good and
Well,
fulfill
if we
their dreams.
didn't mention the best shonen, leave it in the comments. Favorite shonen character, or your favorite shonen moments, or just help us trash, or just help.
If you made it this far, say fuck you, Nico, in the comments.
And
say
also,
fuck you, Nico. Yeah.
say
Yeah.
fuck your car, Bacon.
Say
Yep.
fuck
No.
Bacon's car. Like, honestly.
Fuck Bacon's car.
My car. God damn it.
Dragons fucking cars.
That meme was supposed to stay within the crew. That will not spread throughout
It
the
will
rest of
spread
this
out
community.
throughout the internet. It's
No.
It's done. Well,
hate you so
some
much.
random person is gonna be like, you see down the street and you're like, yo, Bacon, your car sucks. How do you know my name? I don't know.
You're not going to know it's my car because he's going to be like, wow, that car's great. Thanks, man. No, I'm done. My car. I'm going to clean my car.
Actually end this, though.
okay. Thanks for joining us.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe? ? Do whatever you want. It's your life.